Okay.
What up, slick heads? Before I convince you to play this game, I just want to clarify that I was not sponsored to make this video. Also, if you're easily offended, well, I honestly wish I could see your reaction to this game. Alright, now allow me to convince you to play Palworld. Palworld is basically a mix of 4 things: Pokémon, Ark Survival, and slavery. Yeah, we'll get back to that one. Your objective is simple: explore, build bases, catch pals, and defeat bosses. However, you're given the freedom to play the game any way you would like. So with that being said, I will further show this game to you through the perspective of my first few hours playing. I started off creating my character to look exactly like me. You begin your journey getting washed up on shore, not knowing where to go. Oh, it tells you right there.
This is why you're stupid.
Once you've figured out where to go, you will be greeted by a cute pail. So I squared up like SpongeBob and landed an overhand right straight to its beak. I got scared and immediately ran away until I was no longer being chased.
I'll be back.
I went back, and luckily pails suffer from short-term memory, so I walked past him and started to explore more of this world. A big green plant dragon thing caught my attention, so I went over to get a closer look. I didn't like the way he was looking at me, so I squared up with him and gave him the Mike Tyson special. Oh fuck, that might have been a bad idea. Okay, I'm done messing around. I found a Pokeball and immediately chucked it at this weird pink thing's head. I then went and started catching and beating up other pails for EXP. There is something warm and comforting about having pails inside your balls. I only wish they could do more than just fight for me. And then I discovered they can. You can use pails to pretty much do everything for you in this game. Each pail is unique and can offer you something different. For example, chickens can lay eggs for food, grass types can plant seeds, water types can water those seeds, and fire types can ignite your furnace to smelt ingots. You will also want to build a solid base that is protected by pails in case you get invaded by the pail terrorists. As you start to progress and learn more about the game, it's important that you ask yourself this question: what kind of trainer are you going to be? One that shows love and affection to his pails? Or one that rules with an iron fist? Well, I'm not a dad kisser, so of course I chose the latter. Just like the workforce, pails are just disposable assets. And one little fucking complaint and they are getting replaced. If your slaves start sleeping on the job, don't be afraid to set an example. Your pails may get depressed, but just remember what our Lord and Savior said.
Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it.
I also recommend catching your pails in traps so they are hanging by their feet while you throw balls at them. Okay, sorry, I need to relax. It's time to show you more of what this majestic world has to offer. There is lots of beautiful stylized landscapes to explore and unique pails to encounter. However, I would definitely recommend equipping one of your pails with a saddle to ride before venturing out. What's great about this game is that it seems like they have no limits. For example, I came across this dark cave where I met this strange man. Turns out he's basically the black market and will sell you pails for a ridiculous price. I was going to question him about the weird shit he had in his cave, but he's a level 60, so I left him to do his thing. I then went and tried taking on the first boss to complete the tutorial. Yes, this has all just been the tutorial so far. When I entered the boss tower, it played a little animation sequence before letting me know that I clearly suck at this game. And this is pretty much where I left off before I decided to start editing this video. But something tells me you still might not be completely convinced yet. Don't worry, there is still a lot more things I want to show you about this game. Like how you can give a monkey an AK-47, or how you can use this electric pail as an EMP. It really seems like the creators of this game said yes to every single recommendation they heard. And while we are on the topic of the developers, this game was created by a small team of around 40 people. Palworld is also still only in beta, and what's even more surprising is that this is currently a one-time payment game with 0 microtransactions. What a breath of fresh air. This game also offers you the ability to play online and join other people's worlds. I haven't tried this feature yet, but that's definitely a good thing to have in a game like this. You can also mess around with the settings so that you can remove anything that may seem annoying to deal with. I personally didn't feel the need to remove anything. Most survival games are usually really annoying when it comes to extra real-life shit you have to deal with, like hunger for example, but this game does a perfect job of making that much easier to deal with as you progress. For example, you can unlock a pouch that will automatically feed you whenever you're hungry if you have food inside of it. This brings me to my next point. I feel like this game doesn't try to waste your time and will continue to improve in the future because of the people at the wheel. A lot of people are also saying that they are having more fun with this game than any recent Pokémon game, but why is that? The answer is simple. Modern Pokémon games give you limited access to feeling like an actual Pokémon trainer, whereas Palworld gives you as close to that childhood fantasy experience as you can get. In reality, if Pokémon were real, they probably would be doing most of our work for us. The slavery aspect might seem a little harsh, but it's a fucking video game. Games are meant to allow you to mess around in ways you normally can't. And honestly, if you really think about it, this game teaches you a lot of useful skills. For example, I'm learning how to manage my own workforce in order to keep my production as high as possible. Anyway, there is so much more in this game for you to discover. But I'll leave you to making those discoveries yourself now that I have convinced you. If I haven't, then I bet I could guess what you do before going to bed every night. Jokes aside though, I really do think you should give this game a try. It always feels better to ride the wave when it begins rather than trying to ride it when it's starting to crash. Also, let me know in the comments if you want to see more Palworld videos, or if you would like me to convince you to play another game. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you decide to give this fun and relaxing game a try.
Being a slick head. But it's real being a slick head.